What is going on? Welcome to Craigles TV. This video is all about what's new officially for the Galaxy Z Fold 6. There's been a lot of leaked documentation and I put it all together for you to let you know what's going on about it. So it's really in depth and it's very easy to follow as well. So let's just jump into it. So first of all, now I have the 7.6 inch main display and 6.3 inch cover display. Now I did, obviously they're basically both the same. The big thing is here, if you want to call it big, is the cover display, which is the outside display, is now bigger. It's 6.3 inches, which is a little bit bigger, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it'll feel really nice due to it also having that the main screen has significantly higher maximum brightness. Both displays, I believe, are at 2600 nits, up from 1750 nits. So, which is really, really nice. The inside-outside display should be at 2600 nits, which is a significant gain over the Z Fold 5. Now, 2600 nits is the same nits as the S24 Ultra. I love this because I want to use my phone outdoors. I don't want to have to be like squinting to see it. And I noticed, even though the Galaxy Z Fold 5 has one of the brighter displays on a folding phone, especially from this past generation, the Z Fold 6 just brings it up an entire notch. It's basically almost 1,000 nits brighter. It's a huge, huge improvement. So good job with Samsung. Squared off edges, like the S24 Ultra, again, taking not only the brightness, but also the design. You can see in the picture over to the left that it's taking, or above me, whatever, you can see it's gonna have squared off edges, whereas on the Galaxy Z Fold 5, it has rounded edges on there. So that'll be a nice little change as well, and a change just in general. The new processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, not a surprise, and it's coming from the 8 Gen 2, a great processor. But if you remember with the 8 Gen 3, the S24 series took the smoothness to a whole nother level, not only because the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is a more powerful processor, but also because of the efficiency that Samsung has worked with the software and also the hardware together to give us a better, more cohesive unit of a phone. You're gonna see a lot of big improvements with the Z Fold 6 because of all of that. Now, battery life is the same. 4,400 milliamps, I should say, is the same. The battery size itself, but you can see you're gonna get 1 hour longer of LTE internet battery life and 2 hours longer video playback. Now in real life, day-to-day usage, what are you gonna notice? Because you're gonna be like, well, it's got 5G, of course it does. So with 5G, it probably doesn't really make much of a dent. And even with LTE, if you're just on LTE all the day, 1 extra hour of usage, it's probably not gonna make or break your time. So you'll probably see very minimal improvements on battery life. I think you'll see some kind of improvement, but not a huge difference. I wouldn't go and be like, oh, it's gonna be the battery king I was always hoping this phone would be. With that, we're gonna need bigger batteries, and eventually they will give us bigger batteries, at least we hope they do. 14 grams lighter, it's now 239 grams on the Z Fold 6 versus 253 grams on the Z Fold 5. This is gonna be very, very nice for long time usage of this phone, meaning on a day-to-day basis, your phone gets very heavy sometimes, or especially if you're using it all the time. To take off 14 grams is a huge improvement. It puts it in line with one of the colors on the OnePlus Open, and it's just a great jump in terms of decreasing that the size, the lightness of it. It's awesome. And speaking of size, they've done a couple of things to make this even skinnier. So when the phone is folded, when it's like this, it's gonna be now 1.4 millimeters shorter, 1 millimeter wider, and also 1.3 millimeters thinner. Huge improvements with that. And then when it's unfolded, so it's like this state, you're gonna get 1.4 millimeters shorter, 2.7 millimeters wider, and 0.45 millimeters thinner. So basically it's gonna be wider in some regards, but thinner at the same time with it. I think that's smarter, the way Samsung's going at that. And I think the overall aesthetics of it all, from having a lighter phone to be a little bit more battery efficient, but really being lighter and also having the phone thinner, is gonna be a nice little get for this overall, and the squared off edges. Improved armor aluminum frame. The other day I said we were gonna have titanium. I was incorrect about that. I don't even know why I said that. It is gonna be armor aluminum frame, and it's supposed to be improved over the past generations. I wouldn't really worry about it. You're gonna have a case on it. Don't even fret if it had aluminum or not. Slightly different main display resolution, 2160 by 1856 versus the previous was 2176 by 1812. You won't notice anything. I'd be highly surprised if you do. More brightness you should notice, but resolution, you're not gonna notice anything. Galaxy AI with a graffiti update and more S Pen emphasis. We've heard from Ice Universe about this, that there's gonna be some AI thrown in there with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 that hasn't been on any other devices. And it obviously will trickle most likely to other devices, but it's gonna have some kind of feature where you draw something on the screen with your S Pen and it automatically turns into an image. Windows Copilot computers have this as well. And now Android will have something very, very similar on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. 7 years OS updates, not a big surprise, especially with the S24 series already getting it. Now, I think the big takeaways from all of this are the new design, the squared off edges. I think that'll be a nice thing. Lighter and thinner, big time improvements. A lot lighter, a lot thinner as well. Beyond that, you're not gonna see a whole lot of differences with this. As you know, it's gonna be the same cameras, same charging speed, same size main display. Obviously the brightness is gonna be a huge improvement on the displays. There's a few things on here. The processor, obviously, with a slightly better efficiency and more power for the phone, and just better overall software running on this. So, I will upgrade. If you have the money, I'd say definitely upgrade. I will definitely give you a final opinion when it comes to having the phone in hand, if you should upgrade or not. But I would say take the leap of faith if you want to. It's gonna be a great phone, I think, regardless if you're upgrading or not. And then also, if you want to take advantage of the reservation where you'll get $50 in credit, you'll get up to $1,500 in savings and entered into a $5,000 Samsung sweepstakes with Samsung. Take advantage of it. You're not locked into anything. You're just saying, I might buy this phone, and that's all you're gonna do. If you don't have to do anything. And if you do buy it through the link that you'll get. So there you guys go. Let me know your thoughts on the Z Fold 6 in the comments down below. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road.